as I chew on a piece of ham.
Jesse's eating ham, and we're going to talk about. This is our cold open. Do you want to know what we're going to talk about, Jesse?
I do. As I consume ham, I'm struck with curiosity.
Have you read anything in the news recently about ostriches?
No. What?
How about ostriches in Canada?
No.
About ostriches in Canada that got shot in the face?
Jesus Christ.
No?
No.
About ostriches in Canada that got a shot in the face and then sparked a national political movement that even pulled in some of Trump's followers.
What the fuck?
That's what we're going to talk about.
All right.
Let's go.
God, this fucking
Buckle up, put your helmet on, clench your buttocks. Off we go.
I'm always clenched.
It's just the only thing left keeping it in.
What makes Canada boring?
Have you ever seen the flag? It's a leaf.
£1 million to go to Canada.
Canada is boring.
I was actually shocked. I mean, from all the countries they could choose from.
Do you like maple syrup?
No, I don't.
These Canadians ain't got a care in the world.
Get my country's name out of your fucking mouth.
I was like, oh, he's in Canada. All right. Okay, communist.
The country needs you.
I'm Canadian.
But don't feel bad for Canada. Believe me, this is their strategy.
I'll tell you another thing, that beer sucks.
Don't run off to Canada. It's so boring there.
Hello and welcome to Canada is Boring. My name is Rhys Waters and with me is the clenched Jesse Harley. He's clenching so hard he talks like his mouth is full of ham. It is actually just
in my mouth. It's just because of my clenched buttocks. Yep.
Clenched buttocks. He clenches so hard phantom ham appears in his mouth. It's quite a common condition. So you know nothing about this story.
No, man. This is wild. What the fuck are you talking about?
This story starts with a couple who live on a 65-acre farm in the southern interior of British Columbia near Edgewood, and they had a dream. They set up Universal Ostrich Farms. And Karen and Dave.
What is a Universal Ostrich Farm?
It's just the name of the business. Universal Ostrich Farms. Maybe they thought it was a bit like Universal Studios. They might have a spinning globe with fountains. And they cost $1,000 a day just to line up in the sun for 30 seconds of a ride. Anyway, so at Universal Ostrich Farms, they had a dream. So they essentially wanted to import ostriches. And their plan was to sell the meat for poultry and squeeze the oils for the high omega content, and then also sell the meat for pet food and also skincare products and healthcare cosmetics. So there's a lot you can get.
So not a petting farm.
No, it wasn't. You wouldn't like ride the ostrich round while wearing a hat or something. It was literally just they were gonna squeeze the corpses for oils and like there's a lot of meat on an ostrich. It's a big bird, and I don't know if you've ever seen one in person or pictures of them. Like you can. There'd be a hell of a...
I have never seen a picture of an ostrich in my life. I don't know what you're talking about.
There'd be a hell of a rotisserie. That's all I can say. Anyway. But apparently, since that was their initial dream, but since then, all of that apparently, and a lot of this content I'm pulling is an account called Mayor McCheese, and they post on Reddit and across other social platforms, and they've been following this closely and posting a lot of sources. So I've got to credit Mayor McCheese if you're interested in this topic and other stuff. It's actually quite thorough. I don't know where they get all their information from, but they really they follow this. They pulled a bunch of like news articles for this. So all that about what they were going to do with the ostriches in terms of squeezing them for oils has now been scrubbed off their website because it didn't quite fit the narrative of where this was going. So because basically what happened is they found that some of the ostriches had bird flu.
Oh.
So
does that mean that the meat is contaminated and can't be sold?
Yeah, but also means that like human Well, I don't know. I think they like shut. I assume it would be, but avian influenza can also be very deadly to humans. There's 2 different strains, and the fatality rate is like insanely high.
Oh shit.
So what happened was they basically they'd been kind of experimenting with like antigens and stuff in the it being injected in the birds. I don't know. There was a bunch of stuff. I think they were trying to get into like the health sector with this special type of ostrich that had like antibodies in it or something. I don't quite know, but essentially they found that part of the 2 of the birds were found found positive for highly pathogenic avian influenza, or HPAI, a strain of a novel reassortment that had never been seen in Canada before.
Oh, good.
So essentially, the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, or CFIA, which enforces disease control measures under the Health of Animals Act, issued a notice to dispose, which basically meant they wanted to kill the remaining like 300 ostriches that had been living with the infected birds.
Say that again. Who issued that?
The CFIA, the Canadian Food Inspection Agency.
Okay, so kill off the birds that are potentially lethal to humans.
Out of this flock of 300 or so ostriches, 2 of them had this never seen before strain of bird flu, so they were like, we need to kill all the birds.
Seems a little harsh, but I mean, I'm no expert, so okay.
Yeah. So eventually, apparently, 69 birds had died in the flock after the initial kind of like investigation. So around 15% of the flock had died from this flu outbreak. So it had spread further at this point throughout them. So it was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
However,
when was this, by the way?
This was this was December the 31st is when they issued their order to dispose of the birds. So the beginning of 2024.
Okay.
But this is dragged out, so they took it to court. So on May this summer, May 2025, a federal court they basically appealed in court to stop the ostriches from being killed. And they actually started to get a lot of supporters to support them. So they basically said that they 2 seconds. They started to get attention online with a lot of like the anti-COVID, the anti-vaccine movement, and a lot of kind of the trucker rally communities started to really kind of like support them, saying we need to save these ostriches. Maybe they've like we can study them because like some of them haven't died of the bird flu. Maybe there's like scientific benefit to keeping them alive. So they started this Save Our Ostriches campaign. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., you must have seen him in the news.
No.
The crazy guy who said that Tylenol causes autism in the Trump administration.
I've heard that. I didn't know who said it.
So he started to advocate for these ostriches too. So it kind of went viral, and then was like being promoted in America too as an issue. And then Dr. Oz, do you know Dr. Oz of American television fame?
Heard the name.
I think wasn't Dr. Oz something to do with Oprah as well? Was he on Oprah's show?
I don't know, man.
Anyway, he is in the Trump administration as well, and he said, we're sticking our necks out for the birds, in a wonderful bit of wordplay.
That's funny. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, like, what were the alternatives? You've got a bunch of birds that are sick with a disease that could spread to humans and kill humans.
Yeah.
What's the alternative to killing them? I mean, as shitty as it is to kill them, what's the alternative?
Let them live and not worry about bird flu.
That's the alternative?
I don't know. What else would you do?
I don't know. I'm asking.
I don't know. Are they going to put each individual ostrich in a bubble? I don't know.
I don't know.
So the farm in June 2025, the farm asked for independent testing of the flock, arguing that the surviving birds were healthy and could have herd immunity. The court refused the additional testing, but they did hold off the kill order on the birds.
Why not test them? Because you can test to see if they have immunity, right? That's a thing we can test.
I think they were just like, I don't know. I guess they were saying like, there's no point. We have a policy. We've dealt with this before. We just kill everything and burn the bodies, and then take a piss on the ashes. That's what they do.
Okay, no, hold on. No, if there's an alternative, how do I put this? If herd immunity was a thing, which I don't fully understand, but whatever, and they can test for this and prove like, hey, look, we don't need to kill all the birds. We just tested. They're immune. We're safe. Right? Why not encourage testing? Why say we're not going to test?
I don't know, because I don't understand the science, and I don't think their fight back was based on science, based on the fact that the anti-vaccine movement is on their side.
Oh, I see. Okay, I got you.
Whereas the scientists who work for the CFIA were saying, no, there's no point. We need to kill them all, burn the bodies, piss on the ashes. So
piss on the ashes.
So
it's part of the process.
August 2025, the federal court rejected the farm's appeal. So Karen, one of the owners of Universal Ostrich,
you're fucking joking.
Yes, no.
Her name is Karen.
Yeah, Karen of Universal Ostrich. Basically, they called for.
You can't make this shit up. That's amazing.
They called for supporters to surround the farm to prevent the cull from happening. And the farm had become like a site for protest and activism, and there'd been a lot of far right kind of people had come to support them, and like Freedom Convoy. It became like an echo of the Freedom Convoy, and the Supreme Court. They took it to the Supreme Court of Canada. So on September the 24th, 2025.
Hold on, sorry. Where was this taking place?
This is in British Columbia. So the Supreme Court granted an interim stay of the cull, and then I've got this video I want to show you. So this is them getting news on the Supreme Court of Canada's decision about whether the ostriches would live or die, and initially they read it the wrong way and interpret the decision the opposite from what it was.
I'm sorry, what?
So they get the results from the Supreme Court of Canada's decision of whether the ostriches live or die, and they misinterpret what the Supreme Court has decided as the opposite of what they've actually said.
That's
so I'll play it for you now.
Are you live?
This is what I'm talking
Mom.
about. Wait a second.
Oh my god!
What?
We got it!
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
What?
Oh my god, we gotta tell me.
Just in, guys, live from the kitchen.
Holy crap!
We got it. We got the Supreme Court, baby.
Wait.
Wait.
No, you're not reading it right. Oh my god. No, I'm sorry.
Wait a sec.
No, what is it? No, I'm sorry.
Don't.
I read it.
I can't do this. Don't.
Wait.
No, I read it wrong.
Somebody's gonna do this eggs, please.
Okay, he's having a moment.
Don't.
Dismiss.
No.
For fuck's sakes.
Oh, never mind.
We lost.
Are you kidding me?
Fuck's sake!
It's a very
That's somebody else's case.
You got the one above you.
So it turned out the ostriches would die. So then because they found out that, they then rounded up all the supporters to. So basically, in this video, you'll see the ostriches.
What did she read wrong? Was it like
so? She read the Supreme Court's decision.
We like what was she expecting? Like we regret to inform you that your ostriches will live. Like what was she?
She thought that the Supreme Court had favored them, say the ostriches could live, and they should be tested, whereas it was actually the opposite of what she thought.
Right.
And then
you got more video to show me.
And then because they lost, then all of the supporters.
So we just for those who are listening, it was all taking place in like a family kitchen, right? With like everybody there, and people were filming her, and she read like it looked like she read like one sentence on an email on her phone, and she got so emotional. She went over and hugged her mom.
I think she read the subject heading.
Right, yeah. And then like there were people filming, like multiple people filming her with like
I think Rebel News have been covering this.
Okay, and then they had one of the camera people had to come over and show her like no, you read it wrong, like in the middle of them celebrating.
And it went from joy to just pain and upset. Yeah.
So you got more videos to show me?
So then, because they lost, then the supporters, so the ostriches have been kept in this like pen made out of hay bales. I assume because they can just destroy it in the field afterwards, and they all parked up and around to let the CFIA know that they weren't happy with the decision. So there's a line of cars, like a convoy, and they're all beeping. Your car's beeping in the distance. And they blast
sad music.
They blast in sad music, and then you can kind of see the pen with the ostriches in further away that are about to be killed, just because the government is made that decision.
Patreon.com/Canada is boring. Canada's coolest club. Premium fun, privileged access to secret content. A chat app with the hosts. Hours of fun for everyone. The promise of eternal life.
Patreon.com/Canada is boring.
The CFIA then completed the cull of 300 to 330 ostriches using professional marksmen. The shooting began in the darkness around 6 p.m. That Thursday with multiple shots in quick succession. So a farm supporter called Janice, who was 72, said she listened to it intermittently for a couple of hours before she could stomach it anymore and then left.
Listen to what? The killing of the ostriches?
Yes. I don't know why. I'm just going to sit in my car and listen to marksmen shoot ostriches.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
It's going to upset you. And then, so apparently, a spokesperson for Karen and the Universal Ostrich Farm said in a Facebook post that they're broken and can't imagine the suffering last night. They're so upset they can't get out of bed. However, they are eligible for $3,000 per ostrich in compensation from the CFIA.
That's something, I guess. I mean, like, it's not like it was a fucking what's the word I'm looking for? Like a refuse for homeless ostriches.
No,
they were selling them for meat anyway, right? So they were selling them.
But they changed after it went viral. They changed the website to get rid of the dog food element, and they tried to make it seem like they were just doing like trying to find antibodies, and it was like more holistic than that.
Of course. So what's with the you started this whole thing with you said like an ostrich got shot in the face with a shotgun or something?
No, I said, well, by trained marksman. I didn't say shotgun.
Oh, I must have added that part in
you did.
my brain.
But also, I hope you do realize that based on the $3,000 per ostrich,
yeah,
and the 330 ostriches that they had,
holy shit,
that's
$1 million.
That's $990,000.
That's okay. So they're doing fine.
I'm like,
they don't even have to sell. They didn't even have to go through the process of like selling or like getting the meat ready and selling it and all the oils. They just like let in some marksmen, go to town. Like,
go to town. Where's my check? I'm gonna go. What are you doing tomorrow? Buying more ostriches? I'm gonna buy 1 million ostriches for $1. Anyway, but this, even though this happened, is still snowballing. It's not done. So people are now pissed off. So
hold on. Oh, you're saying the ostriches haven't been killed?
No, they have been killed, but their spirit lives on in these protesters and supporters.
I mean, okay, look, it's. This is just an example of people finding reasons to get mad at stuff because they enjoy getting mad. People like getting mad in groups of people getting mad. It's a fun thing to do. Makes you feel entitled. It really does. It gives you super confidence over something that you normally wouldn't have confidence over. And it just makes you feel really, really entitled. Is this an animal rights thing?
Well,
is this what they're turning this into? From a company
it's about
meat and feathers and oil?
It's about government. It's about they're pissed off that the government has the power to cull ostriches. that have bird flu.
It's you can't tell me what to do with my property, sort of thing.
Yeah, these ostriches are our property kind of thing.
Okay,
but I bet you they'll take the checks, if you know what I mean.
So anyway,
so Pierre Poilievre is getting slated for not raising this issue. So Poilievre tweeted on September the 23rd about
I want to interrupt. How dangerous is bird flu to people? Like, is it because like if it's super fucking dangerous, right? And
is.
the only method of protection we have is to kill the birds, which sucks. That sucks. It's not
so here we go. This is from the clevelandclinic.org. Overall, the mortality rate for bird flu in humans is high. Historically, about half of all people have died.
Jesus. 50% of people who catch bird flu die.
Yes.
So it must not be very contagious, which is like
but it's contagious between birds, but it can then jump to humans.
Right. So this is why we're not freaking out about it, because the mortality rate is really high, but the contagion factor must be extremely low.
But
Otherwise,
if you hang around those ostriches enough, there's a chance you could get it. So
and this is where,
or those ostriches could infect other birds, like migrating geese, or I don't know, like a parrot on.
How contagious is it between humans?
Adventure.
How contagious is it between humans?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but it says that. But they say things like they do say you're supposed to like be careful around birds.
So this is so fascinating. This whole there's the two main factors of viruses is how contagious is it and how deadly is it, and often with pretty much any virus on the planet, you get one or the other that's really high. You'll get something that's incredibly deadly and mildly contagious. Not really. It's hard to get. Versus it's incredibly contagious, but it's not really going to kill you.
But also, but
you'll get something that's both.
But it can spread to other birds. It can spread to cows as well. So if you work in the farming industry and you work around like chickens and livestock, you could catch it, and there's a 50-50 chance you'll die. So it is. Yeah. It is, and considering that's such an agriculture-rich area, the risk of having those birds alive in that area means that they could bring down a bunch of farms and potentially kill people.
So it's not just your farm; it's other farms and it's other farmers.
So I don't know if you've ever heard of the foot and mouth outbreak in the UK. So when I was a kid, there was an outbreak of a disease called foot and mouth.
It's a horrible name.
And I think it was 2001. And essentially this disease, they decided to just mass slaughter animals. And 6 million cows and sheep were slaughtered across the whole country. So you would drive through the countryside and there would be just pits of burning animals because at the time. So it was kind of apocalyptic in that sense. And what you don't want, you want to be able to nip it in the bud before you get to that level where you essentially have to kill millions of livestock, and to the point where you can't even you're pouring petrol on piles of dead cows you've just shot in the head, and kids in school buses driving past can see it. That's what the UK was doing because
it's kind of like leprosy. Where like back in the day, they just put you on an island because they don't know what else to do with you.
Do you know what? Based on like how bad some places were historically, I think having leprosy and living on one of those islands might have been quite chill. Anyway, so let me tell you about Pierre Poilievre. So Pierre Poilievre hasn't said anything. So people are replying to his tweets. So he tweeted about Carney meeting the Premier of China. This guy called Truck Driver Pleb said, Pierre.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Please leave the room.
I didn't know if China had a premier. China has a premier, is that right?
Premier of China, Li Kuang. Yes. So, Pierre, please read the room. It's honestly so painful for you to watch these easy layups. Nobody cares about the tweet you just posted when innocent birds are about to be slaughtered because of government overreach. Ostriches is what your base wants to see you posting about.
So, I love
and
that.
then And then this other guy, Jason Levine, I think he says Jason Levine AB, I think he's in Alberta, 48 hours after the Supreme Court of Canada's decision and 24 hours after the cull of ostriches was complete, Pierre Poilievre has not spoken about the violation of property rights and the government's unfettered discretion just to destroy private property. He is not a leader. And then the anger is continued because November the 10th,
I love angry people.
So
it's just so fun.
This is a news story from Kelowna on November the 10th. Police are investigating the act of vandalism that targeted the Kelowna Canadian Food Inspection Agency office this weekend. The Kelowna RCMP were alerted around 3 p.m. Sunday that feces had been smeared all over the front door and windows of the office, while eggs had been thrown at the sign above.
That's awesome.
And then, we're not done yet. There's been a slow roll convoys across the whole country outside Canadian food inspection places in like Calgary and a bunch of other places. So they're now starting to do the convoy again because of the ostriches.
That's amazing. I love angry people are so fun. They're just so fun because something happens when you get really angry, and you basically get filled with unsubstantiated confidence in whatever it is you're angry about. You can become this confidence can make you think you are 100% correct in whatever the hell it is you're angry about, and it can make for some really funny arguments. So anyway, it's just
This is so there's a Facebook group that is basically spurred on this new convoy. It's run by, and this is according to Press Progress, a guy named Jim Kay, who's a flamboyant convoy influencer, best known for driving a psychedelic school bus called the Church of Bubbles.
Okay, I want to see the Church of Bubbles get angry. I think that'd be very funny.
What have we done? We've pissed off the Church of Bubbles. So anyway. And now the placards read things like, remember the 6th of November, never forget. And then they've just glued on pictures of like illustrations of ostriches that look like they're from a children's colouring book. And then a sign that's very confusing. Paedophilia can't be cured. Cull pedos, not healthy animals.
What the fuck? What does this have to do with pedophilia? What?
Well, essentially they're saying you should. Why did you kill the ostriches, but you refuse to cull pedophiles?
It's so weird, man.
And then the other
such a strange left turn.
This one's insane. This one's the same. Justice for this is one sign. They fitted all this on one sign. Justice for animals. Cull sick birds. Slaughterer. 300 healthy ostriches. No more secrets. We support farmers, not farmer. CFFI transparency. And I'm like, people who design these signs, if I see that sign and I drive past, I haven't got time to read all that. You need one simple slogan. Like, at least the Cull pedos guy is understanding the format.
We're gonna screech your car to a halt on the side of the road.
Hang on, I didn't
get
quite
the family out of the car.
I didn't quite read all of that sign. Hang on, dear, can you turn around? I didn't quite read all of that sign. There's a guy when I used to live in Wales. There was a guy who would ride up and down the highway on a bike, and he had a big sign about the New World Order and global conspiracies, but it was a huge essay like on a piece of wood on his back. And every time I drove past, I'd try and remember the last sentence and read the next one.
That's funny. That's really funny.
Anyway, let's get to the STD zone because we've got a speak pipe.
Okay.
So let's put the ostriches behind us, no matter how entertaining this is. And
it's very interesting.
Cool.
Because I don't know, it's listen, when government steps in and says and demands you do something and you have no say in it, I can see how that can be frustrating. I really can, and oftentimes there's allowances for nuance, in how to run a country. But when it comes to death and our little control over it, and when we're trying to run a country, sometimes a firm hand is needed, and that's going to piss off people one way or the other. It doesn't mean I agree with it, but it doesn't sound like there are other alternatives when not killing them means there's a chance there's a good chance that other farms will be infected. Those farms that the country rely on will no longer be affected, will no longer be effective in contributing to the economy and to jobs, and people could die. When there's no other alternative other than kill the source of that, I kind of have to agree with the government doing that, as shitty as it is. It's not a fun thing, and people aren't going to like it. The fact that they even are paying $3,000 per killed ostrich is astounding. I didn't even think they were going to do that. Just kind of like suck it up and deal with it. They got $1 million out of this deal? Fuck off.
I know. Like I said, just like literally get the check, put it in your bank, go online, order more ostriches.
Yeah, for real.
I think Amazon do ostriches now.
It's a shitty deal. It's a shitty deal that your ostriches got sick. It's another shitty deal that the government came in and told you what to do with your own property. Those are shitty deals. They are. I'm not going to say they're not shitty deals. Those are shitty deals. But you know what? Sometimes life fucking sucks. You got $1 million, start over. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't stand back and say, wow, I didn't get 3 million that I wanted. I only got 1 million. And I should have gotten the 3 million by selling off my sick ostriches. And I don't give a shit if my neighboring farmers get sick and die, and all of their farms die, as long as I make more money. Fuck you.
The ostriches that I guarantee you're going to make more money from that government check than you would have from dog food and oils. So,
oh my God.
Cool.
Anyway,
let's do the STD zone.
Let's do it.
You are now entering the STD zone. Incoming STD. Loading small talk. Enhancing anecdotes. Dick jokes processing. You have reached the small talk dimension zone.
So this is a speak pipe, Jesse, from a listener.
I think I know who this listener is. Is it my brother?
No. Listen, I think this. Let me make sure I'm playing this in the right order, because it came in 2 parts. I think they forgot to say something else, and then they did another one.
Hey, it's Keith from BC here. Just listened to the episode about the chicken cannon and smudge or whatever it is.
Snarge.
Chicken entrails and guts and hitting planes. I think it's a great episode. Probably one of your better ones. Anyways, that's all I got to say. Keep it up. Have a great one.
And then also he left this one.
Hey, it's Keith from Mission again. I was just thinking maybe we need to bring it back, but maybe we should do like a pig cannon so we can make pigs fly. Fastest bacon in Canada or in North America. Really show up that Dorito guy down in the States. Yeah. Again, keep it up. Have a good one.
That was awesome. Was that Keith? Was that his name?
Keith from Mission.
Thanks, Keith. Keith, thank you so much for that delightful speak pipe. We really appreciate it when people take the time to send us these. And I'm really glad you enjoyed the chicken cannon. That was one of my favorite episodes that we've done in a long time as well.
And again, I would like to. I just came to a realization that this was also about birds, this episode. So it seems to be a good source of entertainment. Canada's relationship with birds.
We should just keep that going. Yep.
It's just Canadian birds are boring. Is that the new brand? It's just birds are boring.
Yeah. If you would like to leave us a speak pipe, the reason I thought it was my brother, because my brother said he was going to leave a speak pipe, but I guess he didn't.
I think he left a voicemail on the website, and
do we not have that?
I don't have it handy at the moment. I've got to log in the website to access it. So,
boo! All right, next time.
Yeah. Also, is your brother? It doesn't count.
Well, of course it counts. He's a diehard fan.
Like Keith from Mission. I've never met him. I hope I meet him one day. He sounds great. But
does sound great.
But
if dear listener, if you would like to leave us,
it's like when you make it, when you make a film, Jesse. Like when I was making TV shows, and then your mother goes, "It's brilliant." It doesn't mean anything. Sorry, Jesse's brother. I'm not saying that you don't have a voice.
That's a horrible thing
I'm
to
just
say.
saying that. I'm just saying that.
I'll take any and all speak pipes.
It makes me feel like it hollows out our podcast for me that we need, if we have to rely on relatives to give speak pipes.
I'm not relying on him. He said he was going to do it on his own. I didn't ask him to.
He was like, we haven't had a speak pipe in a while. Please, dear brother, please leave a speak pipe. Support
dear
me.
Dear listener, if you would like to send us a speak pipe, you can do so at speakpipe.com/Canadian politics is boring until Rhys changes that. SpeakPipe is an anonymous voicemail. You don't have to leave your email address. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to log into anything. You don't have to leave your name if you don't want to. You can, you can do, it's very quick. You can do it in seconds and just let us know what you think of the show or an episode, just like Keith did from Mission. Thank you, Keith.
Keith from Mission. Do you know what I like as well is when people who've never done SpeakPipes before do SpeakPipes, it makes me really like our audience. I'm like, I could have a beer with Keith and the other guy we had on recently as well. You know, a lot of the speakers, I'm like, I like our crowd. I feel, and I think you do gravitate towards people who have a similar or personality. You kind of, we all get like the same kind of humor, similar jokes. So I think that generally speaking, we could probably have a beer with any of our audience. Maybe not at the same time. That would be a little. Why
don't you have a beer with me? I've never drank with you once.
I don't drink anymore. But,
I know, that's what you keep saying.
Well, what does that say to you about our relationship?
Yeah. I don't know. He doesn't want to drink with me. It's sad.
I don't know. Well, the thing is that you don't have a car and I live out in the forest.
I also live in a different province.
I know. Now you live in a different province. That's an even better excuse. So, and I just wanted to say as well, SpeakPipe wise, we're coming close to our 500th episode, and I would like to include some well wishes from listeners. If you've left one before or you're new to leaving them, we'd love to hear from you. How has this podcast improved your life over the last 5 years?
I think we did something similar with like an anniversary show or something like that, where we made it an amalgamation of a bunch of speak pipes, voicemails to us, and we just played them all together. It was really sweet. It was very, very nice. Oh, and I'd also like to say we've been growing. Our show's been growing this past 2 years, which is lovely. And as such, with growth, whenever anybody grows a new thing, all the haters come out and they leave shitty 1-star reviews. So as much as we've been growing, the people who have been enjoying the show, they just sit back and enjoy the show. Like if you've just been enjoying the show, you just, that was nice. I'm glad I listened to that. And you go about your day. But the people who fucking hate the show, they make an effort to leave 1-star reviews. And it makes it seem, even though we're growing and we've got more people now than ever that like our show, it makes it seem like we're a really fucking shitty show. Because when you go and look at our reviews, it's just the first. So if you could take some time out of your day.
Maybe we are shit.
Maybe we are shit. I don't know.
I'm fine. I'm fine with being shit. There's worse things to be in life.
Of course, we've got a big enough fan base who love what we do that this is, as I was told, I heard this a while ago. Don't let haters dictate. What is it? Oh my God! It was a great quote.
Haters gonna hate.
Don't let bullies. Fuck, I forget. Anyway, it was a great quote.
That was really inspirational.
Really inspiring. Yeah, thank you. Anyway,
I'm sure everyone's going to go and leave a really nice review now. Thanks, Jesse.
The call to action I have for you, dear listener, is if you could take 10 seconds out of your day and just leave us a nice review. It would help bury the shitty reviews and points. If you can make it funny, if you can make it a funny review, we'll read it on an upcoming episode.
I haven't done a new T-shirt for a while either, and somebody bought a T-shirt recently. We don't sell a lot of merch. I don't know why. We used to sell a lot of T-shirts. We did used to sell a lot of T-shirts, but where did it go? I'm trying to find it. Somebody bought the Stephen Harper T-shirt. My spawn shall ravage the earth. Somebody bought that T-shirt, which is one of my favorites. So in case you don't understand the context for that,
if you're listening, the person who bought that T-shirt, take a photo of you modeling that T-shirt.
Please do it. Please do.
We'd love to see it.
Because my favorite thing about that was the story behind that was that we used to say that every wafakak that Stephen Harper flew to the dark side of the moon to lay eggs, and then his offspring hatched and returned to the earth to further ravage the earth. And we made a T-shirt.
We're going to be doing another wafakak for our patrons. For our patrons, we do it for our patrons. We don't have to do it every single day, but we can do some kind of wafakak.
I like that you're doing it this year. That's nice of you, Jesse.
You're not doing it with me? Come on.
No, you can do it. No, I remember last year I did a audio experience for So if you want to go and make something for Wafakak, that'd be fun.
Are we giving up Wafakak? Is Wafakak
No,
dead?
we're not. I'm delegating it to you.
I'm not doing it. It's got to be a joint experience, Rhys.
Well, we'll experience it together, but go and create something, come up with an idea of what we can do, and then we'll do it together.
Oh, that's okay. Well,
that's work for you.
I like that's our advent calendar is idea is dead. I don't know. I liked our shared living room where we talked about the past year. Our Wafakak living room, sitting in our robes, smoking pipes at our fireplace.
Go away and come up with something, and we'll do it.
I just did just now. That
okay? Well, we'll do that for patrons. Right. Anyway, right. I'm gonna go because I gotta go pick my kids up from school.
Okay, so call to action, dear listener. Leave us a nice, funny review or a nice review. If it's funny, we'll read it on the show. And secondly, leave us a speak pipe telling us what you think about the show, and we'll include it in sort of like a little montage for our 500th episode coming up.
And remember the important message: cull pedos, not ostriches.
Cull pedos, not ostriches. That's right.
That's the lesson of today, apparently, from that sign, that poorly written sign on the side of the road.
Thanks so much for sticking around. And
if you see that sign in the wild, let us know. But thanks for listening.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Super they cool, they much too polite. A place that's exciting with kryptonite. You may fall asleep with no warning because Canada is boring, boring. Because Canada is boring, boring. Canada is boring, so boring. Canada is so fucking boring, boring, boring. A real cool podcast with Rhys and Jesse.